How will 14 countries have their central bank in France? Their trade exchange is done with... How do you expect such country to progress economically? They will not allow your currency to do well in the global market.
People complain about corruption and nepotism when it does not favor them. Everybody tends to point the torchlight at our leaders. But then again, we forget that this set of persons will leave.
Would things ever get better in Nigeria? Is there really hope for Nigeria?
You say, oh, God is going to protect me. But if you read your Bible, you see it there that you're supposed to leave that place. Another thing that I'm going to use to support that particular point was in the early Christian era, right? When the Christians were being persecuted, they left that place to another place. And as they left, they took the gospel with them to the new place. And that is how the gospel spread, right? Now, there's something else I want you to understand. What is more powerful than an environment is you. What is more powerful than the environment that you find yourself is you. If you cannot bring God down to where you are, there is a problem. If you cannot see opportunities where you are, that's what I meant by that statement, because God is actually an opportunity, right? If you cannot see opportunities where you are, then there is a problem. All right. So for me, I feel it's even economically beneficial if you stay in Nigeria and earn in dollars. That's what I feel. There's this my uncle, I don't know if you know him, he's the owner of Cedar Peak Hotel. He sent his children abroad. 2 of them studied and came back, and 1 refused to come back. So we're just talking one day in the office, and he said something. He was like, if I knew, I wouldn't have sent this girl out. Now that she has gone out, now she's doing gender equality, feminism, and all of that. It's the environment that influenced that. All right. So, like I'm going to say, and I'm going to end with this. Just like Isaac found water where he was, and it was recorded that year he reaped 100-fold. You too, you can plant and reap 100-fold wherever you are. You just need to fortify your mind with the right information.
That's
Thank
a good
you.
place to end it. You too, you can plant and reap 100-fold where you are.
So please, let's work more with time, a minute or 2 for your take. Okay, please.
Good day, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, my name is Ekemini Nelson. I am a professional chef and a culinary consultant. So, regarding the topic at hand, let me put it this way. There are 2 perspectives to this, right? Is Japa the solution for the country or for you as an individual? For you as an individual, it's a good solution. But for the country, that solution long. You get? Now, first of all, for you to be able to leave the country in the first place, it means you are well-to-do to an extent. You know how much it costs to fly out of this country? It's a lot of money, millions. To process visa first. To process visa first. Okay, to leave Uyo to Lagos, how much is it? Then from Lagos to wherever you are going to. You get? So now, if you are leaving, it's not mainly because of an economic reason. You get? It's not an economic reason alone. It's for other reasons, right? Status, exposure, you want to gain knowledge, and all of that, right? Now, is Japa the solution for the country? Let me tell you the honest truth. You want to hear the honest truth? There are layers to these things. The thing there is, the person that holds the gun, he takes the terms of engagement, right? Now, you as an individual, it will be very hard, no matter what you know, no matter the money you have, it will be very hard for you to change the condition or solve the problems of Nigeria, except you are connected to power. Simple. As an individual, you can't. It's almost impossible. You can only solve the problem within your small circle, right? So the ultimate solution lies in the hands of those that have the power. Except you are connected to that power, except you can influence that power, you can't do anything. No matter what if you like, travel to US, get all the education and exposure you have, you cannot do anything. Now, the problem is those in power.
Okay.
Yes, you get. So now, look at countries like the French-speaking countries in West Africa and Mid-Africa and Central Africa. How will 14 countries have their central bank in France? Yes, and they're using the currency of France, right? You get 14 African countries. Their central bank is in France. Their trade exchange is done with. How do you expect such country to progress, to do well economically? They will not, because the French. Sorry, this is going. Okay. Okay. So I'm not trying to speak ill of any country, right? Yes, but everyone is looking out for their interests, right? Just like US is looking out for its own interests. You get. So France is also looking out for its own interests. You get. So now they will not allow your currency to do well in the global market because it will affect your own economy. You get. So another problem we have in this country is, we all know, corruption. Yes, corruption. So in order for you to solve the problem of this country, I'll also round up, you have to deal with power. And I thank God for Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. They've taken power into their hands. And they are making, you get, so they're taking power into their own hands. They are changing things big time in those countries, you get. So will Japa solve the problem of Nigeria? Can it solve the problem of Nigeria? Yes, it can. It's a solution.
Thank you.
It can. But we need to also deal with those that have the power to effect those solutions. Please, let me say one thing.
Thank you.
Please,
Thank you.
one more thing. Now, all of us, we all know Mpantok, for example. You know Mpantok, right? Yes. Please, I will explain. It's a fruit. When you eat it, it coats your tongue. Yes. It coats your tongue such that anything you eat afterwards becomes sweet. So you don't need sugar. Just eat it, drink gari. It's as sweet as though you added sugar, right? Now that fruit grows in only West Africa. It has its natural habitat. You can't find it in any other part of the world, right? Now, do you know that fruit can make so much money for Nigeria, but for this part of the world? Now, what did the whites do? They came, they picked the fruit, they took out the chemical components, the substance that gives it that effect, crossbred it with their own tropical fruits there, so that it will give the same effect. Now, what did they do? They processed this into other usable forms, into powdered form, tablets, and syrup. So it's a perfect substitute for sugar. So those that are diabetic, that's a very good solution, right? What has the Nigerian government done about it? People have traveled out since the 70s, right? They've brought this idea back to Nigeria. I know of somebody went to Cross River, proposed it to the Cross Riverian government at that time, the colonial period. The man did everything, did the survey, and told them how this will be beneficial to the economy. What did they do? They sabotaged it. So the problem, it's a power problem. It's not an individual. We know what to do. If I ask everyone here to write out 10 solutions to the challenges of Nigeria, economically, in the educational sector, healthcare, and the rest, you get, we can all write solutions. But the means to implement lies with those that have the power to. And you cannot just go and upturn that. You can't do that.
Please let's put our hands together.
Thank you.
I think that's the energy we've been looking for. Yes. Okay, so in 2012, a certain young man, his name is Timi Dakolo. I'm sure we all know him. He wrote a song, and that song can pass for a national anthem in this country. I don't know about you, but anytime that song is being sung, I used to cry. We use it in the Moral Leadership Academy as an anthem in the academy. And every time I cry, I have goosebumps and I cry. Now that was 12 years ago. No, 14 years ago. How many years ago, please? I'm not good at maths. Now, yesterday at an event I was hosting, my co-host said, we said something and then we said, oh, everybody's going through a lot in Nigeria. Celebrate yourselves if you're here. We all celebrated ourselves. And then he said, the person that sang A Great Nation, we are, is now in the US. It was funny at that time, but when I got back home to, think back on, I was like, that wasn't really funny. You mean the guy that had so much energy, so much pace, in Nigeria has relocated with his family. So, what, what then is the fate of the country? Because you can feel the passion with which he sang that song. He had hope. Abi, does he still have the hope there? Is he working to come back? So this brings me to the next point, still on that subject matter. But please, let's adhere to the 1 minute. I will be checking my time going forward. So please, would things ever get better in Nigeria? Is there really hope for Nigeria? He says we are all we have. He says there's hope that one day will shine like the sun. When? When is this one day? So now I'm bringing the next question. Would things ever get better in Nigeria? So team, energy, team, aura for aura. We'll pick someone, then energy will go. Please, you tell us your name and what you do so we can network.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Providence Daniel. Now, I would say that things will only get better in Nigeria unless you and I change. That is the law of agreements that brings about a correspondence. In the sense that if I am a good person, I remain good. This, my fellow brother, can attract that likeness of me and be a good person. If we agree to change as one, things will get better in Nigeria. People only leave Nigeria for, let's say, a better life. Yes, we all want a better life. That is what we want. That's what we need. But if I'm a criminal now, I'm a Yahoo boy, I project all these things and then I go to social media. I post my money and everything. The government there is watching you. You know that. The government is watching you. When they know that you're also part of the corruption, things will not change. They will allow you to be there. But there are laws that will stand as if they are against you. But they are there. But if you are a Yahoo boy now, and then you're projecting all these kind of things, you don't expect change in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
I actually want to say praise the Lord, but sorry. So I think things will get better for Nigeria. Now, I want to use people that are from Abia State, for instance. You see the unity that those guys have, and then they made up in fact, it was a collective effort. It was not a one-man thing. So even if I wake up tomorrow and say I want to be a different person, does my brother want to be a different person too? That's the question. Because he might just tell you that, oh, the government is favoring, like right now, no matter how much we preach it, we have people that this government is in their favor and they don't want anything to sabotage it. So even if they are killing people in Jos, you hear somebody coming to say it's because election is coming. That is why. Meanwhile, this is like a norm that we all know that is happening very regular. So if you say things will change, it has to be like a mindset thing. All of us in this room now, if we decide that we want to do something consistently, we want to like do something consistently for like a particular period of time, people will see that, okay, we have a group of people that are doing something and they really want something to be different. But if we say things will change, me alone, I don't think I can do the work alone. I think we need more people to, do the work.
Things are going to get better in Nigeria if the people in Nigeria get better. Everybody has said it. But you see, we don't want to play dirty. We have to play dirty. Yes. It's a game of power. It's not a game of... Power is not handed down to you on a golden platter. It's a game of seduction. And I'm not saying, come on, you are very big somebody, come and lie down in the bed and do one or two. No. But if you can lobby somebody into acceptance of an idea, right? Lobbying is not bad. It's stakeholder mapping. You map your territory well. You map for the people above you, you map for the people across from you, and you map for the people below you. Why? Because you can't do it on your own. Right? We can't. But you see, another thing is that the people that are currently in power, they played the long game. Do you know how many people Tinubu put into power before he became president? That's why he had the audacity to say, Emilo Kon, it is my turn. Now, so we must understand that we must play the seduction game. Right? One, I was studying Robert Greene's 24 Laws of Persuasion. And I was looking at a lot of characters, the siren, the coquette, the rake, and the rest of them. And two of them stand out to me very well, the siren and the coquette. The coquette is the kind of woman that knows everybody. She is the one who people prostitute themselves to. As per, if you want to meet this person and that person, you want to meet that big somebody, you know that if I come to this woman's brothel, I can have an unofficial, official meeting. Because you see, the biggest decisions that even stand the test of time, they are not made in the boardroom. They are not made in the boardroom. They are made in the room that is before the boardroom. 1, 2. The siren is the kind of woman that knows how to influence the intrinsic decision of another person by just being, by appealing to the emotional essence of the other person. Do you realize how desensitized the country is currently to situations that are supposed to pull on our emotions? People are dying, and the first thing somebody's thinking about to remove phone and video. So how are we going to change the country? That aside, we must be willing to play the long game. All the people that are in power today, they did not start today. They started since. And you see, I was in church. I'm wrapping up with this. I was in church. In fact, I've been in church this entire week. And they were talking about Ahab and Elijah. Right? Elijah told Ahab in the book of 1 Kings 18:32, Abi 42, whatever. Is inside that scripture. Yes. Elijah told Ahab, he told his servants, go tell Ahab that he should go up to wherever he's going up to. Ahab went there to eat and to drink. Right? Elijah went up to Mount Carmel, and what did he do? He put his head between his knees and he was praying. I'm not saying you should pray for this, because if you like, pray. If you don't like, don't pray. That's your business. But what I'm trying to point out there is that Ahab rose to power for self-satisfaction, self-gratification. The food where he chop, enter Elijah belly? No. The water where he drink, enter Elijah belly? No. It didn't enter anybody's stomach. It was Ahab's satisfaction. But Elijah went up, he got to the top of the mountain, he got into a place of power, and he sat down to announce and decide the fate of a generation. Because in James 5, Bible says that Elijah prayed before. There was no rain for 3 years and 6 months. And then he prayed again, and then there was rain. The rain, did it fall on everybody? Yes. So you see that there are some people that rise to power for self-satisfaction. There's some other people that rise to power for the satisfaction of a generation. That's the two things we need to carry at the front. Don't carry it at the back, you will forget. Bring it to the front of your mind. Right? You need to, first of all, understand that rising to power is non-negotiable. The minds in this place are very intentional minds. Intellectual, very intelligent. So rising to power for you people is not negotiable. But when you go there, don't go there for yourself. Go there for another person's benefit. 1, 2, play the long game. You will win it. Play the long game. Thank you very much. God bless you.
1, 2, what? 1, 2.
Play the long game.
1, 2.
Play the long game.
All right, so this is what will happen, okay? I am very, very honored to have, it was my colleague at Podium Dynamics Academy 2022. So for a period of 85 days, we learned public speaking together. Don't mind me, I love calculating my life like that. And today, he is not just an ex-choir. There's one thing those people are adding now, they don't call it baristas, they call it an ex-choir. But now he's here in the room. The reason why I'm handing over the microphone to him is there is something that comes with knowledge. Are you with me? I'm going somewhere. So when someone speaks from a place of knowledge and a place of understanding, they are two different things. And that's why I'm handing over the mic to him. So please, my Lord, if you may, we are, may I. So that you tell us, this country as we did like this, hope they, you may, my Lord, don't may, with the mic.
This young man, I don't know what to say, but thank you so much for the compliments and the introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Diana Basi Akban. As he had already announced, I'm a lawyer, and I'm very, very happy to be here. And I've listened to the contributions that has been flying thus far, and I don't want to deviate. Rather, for the last question or for the last topic, that's the one we are currently handling. If the country will ever get better, uh, first, in response, I would say yes, that this country will definitely get better. Now, in getting better, there is a whole lot that is involved. But I just want to stress on one thing. What I want to stress on is the nature of we Nigerians. The nature of Nigerians. I've come to realize that over the years, as we have progressed, I think back then we were more united. I think back in the days, Nigerians were more united. And it is as a result of this unity that is what helped us to push for our independence. But I think that in recent times, we have been more disconnected than being united. That now, just as was mentioned by some of the speakers, okay, persons are individualistic. Everyone is looking for how to gain for themselves. Okay, that's why you see people get into power. Like we were talking about Japa, okay? People that are going out, they're not going out for the country. They are going out for themselves. That's it. So if you're even looking at Japa as a solution for Nigeria getting better, that's really not it. But I think that what would really help us as a people is a change in mindset. I'm going to be stressing on one point that I think it should be the last speaker, that we have to have that, I think it's the second to last, sorry. We need to have that change in mindset. How many of us here, this is a question that we should ask ourselves, how many of us here are willing to see the next person seated beside us grow? Ask yourself that. It's the first step. How many people are willing to see the person that is seated beside you now? You don't have to answer me, okay? But just think about it. If you have an opportunity, are you willing to give another person that opportunity? If you have something that you know very well that you can do, okay, because it is just like my field, okay, my field is very, very broad. There are wide ranges of things that we can do. Thank you. That's okay. There are wide ranges of things, okay, that we can do. We can cover several aspects. But then there are things that come to me as a person. Now I understand that there is some other person that is also starting out. So even if I don't have anything coupled up on my table, I rather push it to another person. Why? Because I just want that person to grow. There are duties, there are jobs that come to me, but I know that I already have this experience. And it will be beneficial to another person. That if that person has that job, he could also expose them, he could also give them the experience. So the question that we should ask ourselves is, are we willing to let another person grow? I pick the illustration, the case of Atiku. Atiku has been running for president. I think even before I was born. Okay? He has been running. I think at this point, the race is a marathon for him. He will keep on running and he will not win that race. Okay, but now you get to see that because of Atiku, the crisis in PDP, today PDP was the strongest opposition in this country. But because of that selfish interest, PDP has crashed. And even this ADC, we are trying to see if it is going to breathe, is still a factor in it. So for each and every one of us, I believe that this country will get better. But in order for this country to get better, we need to see past ourselves. Just like the last speaker said, the long game. You have to look ahead. You don't have to look at how much can I get now. Because it is just like the Bible would say that anyone who seeks to preserve his life will lose it in the end. Okay, so if you try to get anything immediately, in the end, you will still lose it. But then if we all come together and see how we can push collectively, how we can have that mindset that, oh, look, I want this person to succeed. Let's leave that. I think they attributed it to the Akwa Ibom people more, but I know it is everywhere. They bring down syndrome, okay? Someone is making it, and you seek ways to bring that person down. Not even that you want to grow yourself, but you just want that person to be down. Okay, if I cannot have it, then another person is not going to have it. So it's going to start from us. How is it going to start from us? In your little corners of power. Because the truth is, we are all accessible to power. I take this meeting as an example. We have persons that met together and coordinated this meeting for us. So those persons are also in corridors of power. Let's not look at power as just the government, okay, where we have the president, vice president, and all those. No. In your churches, in your places of work, in your schools, all those places, in your organizations, you are in places of power. Now, it is from there that you need to create that consciousness that, oh, from this place I can make change. Change starts from within, not from outside. Thank you.
So I love how this is going. So it seems Nigeria is actually a country of particular concern, right? A country of particular concern. But are you concerned? All right, the question. So, sir, you are the last person from team Aura for Aura. So we'll move straight to the second segment of the conversation. Please, any other person with something powerful for Nigeria, because I'm actually leaving the country next week. Please, we would love to follow me. Let me see your hand. Yeah. Yes, with broomstick.
Okay, so I'd like to throw in something real quick regarding this, and I'll stick to brevity. So, can the country get better? Yes. Will the country get better? That answer is very, very tricky. Why? Because when we look at the mindset of the people, we complain about corruption. Corruption is the center point of everybody's, let's say, concern. Yes, everybody's concerned about corruption. Our leaders are corrupt. But the funny thing is that if we examine ourselves, we will see traces of corruption. Now, we go to the market seller that instead of selling a particular item for the appropriate price, she would inflate the price. Now, we go to the person that goes for an event. You're supposed to collect 1 plate of food, but you collect like 5. You put it under... No. It's actually... No, it's something that his son was actually quite perturbed, because you would collect a plate of food, you would eat it and finish, and you put it under the table, and you keep ordering for more. And now, what is the ripple effect of that? It means that there are people there that would not have food. Now, people complain about...
Please, can we get back to the focus, please? Please. Thank you.
So this is it. People complain about corruption and nepotism when it does not favor them. Now, you're complaining about corruption because it's somebody else that's getting the benefit. But if it is you or your family member that is going to be given that position, by virtue of that corruption, you have no problem with it. And therein lies the problem of Nigeria, because everybody is just concerned about themselves. So now, what is the solution to this? Let each and every person examine his or her mindset and ensure that you yourself are free from corruption. Because, as I said earlier, everybody tends to point the torchlight at our leaders. But then again, we forget that this set of persons will leave. They are not going to remain there permanently. And guess who are the next set of persons that would step into that office? The person seated in this room, the youth of this country. But now, if the youth of this country are persons that are pertinent or that are particular about engaging to Yahoo, are persons that not even care about their neighbors, or are persons that are very self-inclined, then when they get into that office, they would do the same thing. And this, or worse, and guess what? This thing will be perpetrated. And guess what? Nigeria... It would end up not
just clap, please.
So what is the simple solution? Quit looking at people outside. Examine yourself. Am I corrupt? Where I am, my ways and my doings, am I sure that they are right? before you now go and point to another person, because even biblically speaking, you remove the log from your eye, right? Before you even attempt to look at or gaze at the speck in another person's eyes. So that is where I rest my submission.
Okay, sir, we have a lot to cover today. We have a lot to. This lecturer actually, sorry, this guy. One house, please. This guy, this my man, actually reminded me of one of my best professors in university, Professor Noah Basio. So he's the only lecturer. Once he comes to the class, we don't write anything. We just use voice notes. We record because we won't get you will not understand the grammar. But this one is giving me energy. Understand? And the truth about everything is, it is not really about the word, the age. It is about what you carry as a content. So are you with me? Buy me. We are getting there. All right, so sir, you are the last person.
Please, sir,
Timi.
sorry, sir. Please, can we meet you?
Sir, please. Can we meet you?
What do you
Please,
do?
who you are? What do you do? Yes, we have investors here. People are actually. We have eyes here. This lady here made me who I am today. She made me who I am.
Please introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself, please.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so my name is Wabasi Emmanuel. Let's say I'm a student. I'm studying law, University of Uyo.
My lord. Please say Diana so name. Ibana paid me at Diana, I beg you, use God name, beg you, raise this guy. Raise this guy, I beg. Raise this guy. Sir, please, I would love to have your contact. Please, I have someone to plug you in, okay? So Barrister Iwan Glopas would definitely love to meet you, please. Because we are someone that, yes, and this is one thing, this is one thing about a community. A community is a place where people are seen and valued. And beyond just, I don't see, leave the energy, I understand is actually, everyone is having a headache from the country. But how are you going about it? I love the way you pour out your heart to the problem of Nigeria. And we imagine someone like this in a courtroom. We are hoping for justice. And not the justice of, but the main justice with them. So please, sir, I would love to connect with you. Diana, you will succeed anyways, but is your response, understand? Thank you, sir.
Unrelated, but have you seen this corruption now? All of us have been talking, you have not plugged us in. You want to plug this guy in? Plug all of us in.
We are not saying anything.
Okay, we've said so much regarding this, concerning this issue, right?